back with the final installment of this set of videos. This time we're going to be talking about Protoss ground units. And again, since I can't prove anything, I'm going to be appealing to Zacky's credentials, the undisputed Nexus Wars champion. In the beginning of the game, Immortals are your bread and butter, and after you have prevented a rush, they are the only viable opener. They are good against tanks, Warhounds, Infestor, Thor, and Ultra. But they are not good against Spec, Hydralisks, and Viper. And the reason they're not good at Viper is because Viper has a blinding cloud, which makes units have to walk up really close in order to start attacking again. In my opinion, you need to be well established on the ground before moving to other units. And in Protoss' case, that means at minimum 4 Immortals. Colossus is another really good Protoss unit, but they're really expensive and it takes a little bit longer to get them. They have a really strong AoE attack, and if you can control the air units, they can siege safely from the back of the wave. Don't forget to get the upgrade. They are really effective against almost all ground units, but they are not good against Ultralisks, Vipers, Vikings, Scourge, and Tempests. Stalkers is another really popular choice, but they're not good until you have a lot of upgrades. So they are not a unit I would recommend getting until much later in the game. Once upgraded, Stalkers are really good against Tempests and Carriers. Stalkers are bad against Immortals, Vipers, Tanks, Warhounds, and Broodlords, and they are especially bad against Banelings, Lurkers, and Colossus. Alright, let's talk a little bit about High Templar. They're really good against clumped units, but again, in my opinion, they're only good if the wave is already concentrated in the lane. Once they spread out, the storm from the High Templars is a lot less effective. The storm also does not stack, so if you're going to make more than one of them, make sure they don't come out at the same time. Try to space them out by at least several seconds. So I want to drive this point home a little bit. If your unit composition is pretty good compared to what the enemy team is making, and let's say you're in overtime and trying to turn a wave that is coming at you, several well-spaced High Templars coming right down the middle is a pretty effective way to start turning the wave in your favor. I don't really have any units listed that High Templar are not good against, but you can't go too hard on them because you're going to need that supply for other units. Archons are the last viable unit for Protoss. They're really only good for tanking or taking a lot of damage from Banes. If you can manage to get them really close to a densely clumped wave, they're really overpowered. But sometimes that's really difficult to do with all the stuns and the fungal growth and the cores. They are bad against tanks, warhounds, infestors, mothership cores, immortals, ultralisks, and Thors. Thanks for watching. Please pass on something you learned.